shower, clothes, everything like that. And then the same day they left for the next leg of their adventure. So take it over, Angela.
Hi, sorry, I heard that last minute. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to share that Elisa got to QSC, which was amazing. Yay! So excited for her. She's been super vulnerable, opened up big time, and has just done amazing, and has been asking the perfect questions, the hard questions, the questions I'm like, Crystal, I don't know the answer to this. But we've been working with her, and she's been working with us, and she's done an amazing job. So I'll hand it over to Elisa to share how she did and what her thoughts were and all of that.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, hi everyone. So yeah, I've recently got to QSC. Some of you haven't seen me on here a bit. I am, like Crystal said, in the background. I just I'm cooking. It's because it's like basically dinner time here usually, but that's why you haven't seen a lot of me. But yeah, I've recently got to QSC. It's definitely been a journey, some positives and some negatives for sure. But I had two amazing mentors, Crystal and Angela, have been helping me on the way and pushing me where I didn't even know need to be pushed, but they definitely did. And there's times that I was ready to give up for sure, and just more on the side of promoting it. And they, kept me going and kept me positive. I first started as like partner, and I was just trying out the products. I wasn't even promoting it. Yeah, I was just trying to get a feel of it. And then once I saw changes in myself and my body, I was like, yeah, okay, game changer. I definitely want to promote the products because I saw amazing stuff in myself. I've always had passion for health and wellness. So I think that was like one of the driving forces for me. But through this process, I've had to definitely step out of my comfort zone for sure. Sharing some personal things about me, which I found was really tough, being that vulnerable. Sharing things to strangers or not strangers, but just people that you don't know very well, that side of it. Sorry, I'm trying to hide from my kids. There's a lot of screaming around outside. But I definitely had a lot of support on the way from the girls and a lot of personal growth through this journey. I mean, there's been a lot of ups and downs, definitely a roller coaster, but definitely a journey that I'm happy to be on.
Yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys, we did a Facebook Messenger party last week. And as we started going and introducing ourselves and started it, people started leaving the group. And as one person left, then like the second person left, and like it was just like they were dropping like flies, and it was, kind of shocking to me too. But we rallied, and as people were leaving, Elisa was still adding people in. So it was just like goes to show, it's like when you feel something, when you have something to say that you feel is important, it's like it's just not their time right now, and that's okay. And so we talked about that a little bit, and we pushed through, and she got 2 orders through it, 3 orders through it. And we had a good draw at the end. And so, yeah, just never giving up. And I forget what the conversation we had like mid-month too. It was another block, like another hurdle. And it was like the fact that you were even asking the questions instead of just running and turning the other way. Because I feel like that's like our comfort zone, where it's like you hit the wall and it's like either you decide to go through it or you turn around and you go back to what you're used to. So I was just so proud of you for asking those questions, because those questions are going to be the ones that lead you to new places.
Yeah, thank you.
And your passion just like shines through. So thanks for leading with your heart, and Angela too.
Yeah.
Such a great mentor.
Thank you. Thank you to you both.
Okay, I have a question. So for Elisa, so when you got to, let's say you came to like maybe your first block of like having to reach out to people and have conversations to bring them in and to start creating that curiosity, or asking them if they'd like to learn more, what is like maybe the conversation that you had with yourself or with one of the girls? And then what was your vision to like move forward and to be able to have, break through that?
So, for example, probably to make it more specific, there was a friend reached out, like not like someone from high school way a long time ago, which as everyone says, that you just find people just come out of the woodwork. And this person basically approached me and said, there's a team of girls or a group of girls that I would like to, I think you should do like a call about this. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to, I'd love to talk about it. I was thinking like a Zoom call. So she was like, okay. And I was like, well, I'll reach out to them. She's like, no, I want to reach out to them. So she reached out to them and basically kind of behind the scenes, which took the control out of me. And I would have probably preferred the control, but and then she reached out to them and then she came back and said, out of this group, there's 8 of them. And she said, oh, only 3 want to listen. The rest aren't interested. And that kind of like basically shook me a bit because it felt like, a bit of a failure, a bit of a very negative, right? It just felt like they didn't want to hear what I want to say. Why don't they want to hear what I want to say? I'm not even like, it's not even about selling it. It's about just talking about it, right? So yeah, you take it personally, exactly. And so yeah, I basically, I was quite upset and I was actually away on vacation and I messaged the girls because I was like, it was more I wanted to hear like, have they experienced this? Like, what are their struggles as well? What have they done? And they're like, yeah, we've had similar things happen to us. And I think I basically, what I took out of it is like, okay, yes, those girls aren't interested, but to take in the positive that the other girls are interested, right? The other people are interested. So focus on them. And like Crystal always said, like the other people are just not ready. That might be what it is. They're just not ready to listen or not ready in their lives for whatever reason, right? So I think I just had to take a step back, I guess, to think, not to take it personally because it's not really about me. There could be other things in their life going on, right? So I think that's the biggest thing, just to not take it personally, and because it isn't for everybody, right? And there's lots of different reasons why. So yeah.
So hands up if you can relate. If you've had that happen. Yeah. I think like all of us, I can't see the other girls with any hands, but I'm guessing that it's happened to them too. Because there isn't, I don't think, one of us in this business who have not gone through an experience like that, whether it's somebody close to you, whether it's like just, kind of strangers, whether or not you're being ghosted, or they're just plain out saying no, that they're not interested. It does happen to all of us. And so I guess, the thing that is helpful in what you said is to really look at the people who are interested and to look for the evidence showing that there are people who want it. So even if you are, not finding anybody or like you're not getting any customers, like right in like the last little bit, it doesn't mean that nobody wants it. It just means that those people don't want it. And maybe you haven't talked to enough people, and to look for the evidence and listen to the videos and listen to the podcasts to help you, build up that confidence again that maybe might get shook. And it does happen to all of us. And I mean, after, 5 years or whatever, and even Sarah coming on, Sarah Beermore, when she came on, like we probably all have that time where we try to evaluate what it is that we're doing and like, why are we still doing this? And why haven't I moved forward? And like, you start to think about what you're doing and maybe that you're not making the best choices, right? And really the only way that you fail in this business is by giving into that voice in your head and stopping. Because if you don't, you think about all the times over the years where you're like, maybe it's me, but if you listen to that voice, you wouldn't still be here. And the people who are at the top or are successful that you might be looking at thinking, wow, they're successful. Those people had the same conversations with themselves and the same demons. And so now, like, do you have the courage to move forward and to dream and to put yourself out there and to think about bigger beyond your few customers? Are you doing this? Yes, we're all doing this for helping people. There isn't one single person this can't help. But what is the vision that you want to create for yourself moving forward with this as a business? And so that's where you want to become clear. You want to look for the things that you want in your life and move towards that. And the opportunities and the people and the stuff are all going to come and show up at just the right time to get you there. But if you're not ready to get there, they're not going to show up. That's what I've told myself this week. So like, I'm not the only one, or you guys might have these ideas too, but I think that is a huge takeaway. And so if you're not looking forward to something, nothing is ever going to change. If you're just like being kind of complacent and, not willing to grow or evolve or be anything different, nothing different will come into your life. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Hands up, comments. Are you guys feeling stuck? Is there something that we can help you with, like growing your vision to where you want to move forward in this business? So like I said, we have the best product in the world. Siri says it to everybody who looks it up. We know that this product and this program can help everyone if they do it. But how can this business change people's lives? And how can this business change your life? Because you can go to your job every single day and put in 40 hours or whatever for 40 years and get to the end of your life and think, all I did was work really hard to build somebody else's dreams and I didn't have time to build my own. Like maybe you do get a couple weeks holidays, but is that enough? What are the things that you're missing out on that you wish you could say yes to? Sarah, do you have anything to say?
I'm just listening. My brain is mush. Yeah, it's so true, right? And once you start thinking about it, and that's the Becky says it, a lot in her story. It's the Groundhog Day. It's the motions. We forget that we can dream. We forget that dreams do come true. And this is why I love and appreciate this opportunity more than ever, because I never thought on a Wednesday in the middle of the summer, I could just do whatever the heck I wanted to do. But 5 years ago, 6.5 years ago, but really like 5 years ago, I started thinking about what I wanted my life to look like, because I'd never really thought about it, right? I was doing what I was doing, waking up, going to sit at a desk, coming home exhausted, cooking supper, making sure everyone else is taken care of, going to bed, get up, do it again. I never saw beyond that. And then when I came into this opportunity, seeing other people that were like me had this new life, it made me realize, oh my gosh, this is possible. But then the self-doubt, the beliefs, all of those things that do hold us back, take you on the journey, right? And this is where the willingness to be vulnerable with yourself more than anyone, of what you're willing to do to change it. What are you willing to make different today for tomorrow to be different, right? It starts with you and you owning what's holding you back. And that can be so scary, because we often have these belief systems and these thoughts and create these stories in our head to protect us, right? We've had to create those stories, protect us from getting hurt, protect us from, feeling like a failure, protecting us from not moving forward for whatever reason. But I'm telling you, they're not serving you. And you are worthy of all of your dreams. It's just that one step. And it's hard, right? You think of like, oh, when we talk about self-growth, like it is a never-ending journey, but it is so fabulous and hard, but more fabulous than I could ever possibly imagine. And when I say hard, it's hard, right? But it makes the good, oh my God, so beautiful. And it's just like starting, right? And I know and I'm so proud of this community that we're creating, this culture, that these conversations of allowing us to own whatever it is that's holding us back, right? That's the difference of like what we have here than out there. It's not talked about, right? You know, who cares? Who cares what's going on in Sarah Naylor's life? Who cares what her past looks like, right? As long as she's doing her job here and, you know, making my paycheck bigger, then that's all we care about. That's not how it is here. Because when you don't grow, your paycheck doesn't grow. And that doesn't mean like, you know, it takes time. It can go fast. It can go slow. It can, you know, go backwards, all of that. But it has to, like, it is so beautiful, the journey. And watching people that you bring into the business, whether you've known them or not, watching them on their journey and getting them to see their vision and their dreams starting to come true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead. No, that's
I was
okay.
going to say, who is willing to get vulnerable over the next 2 weeks on social media, on posting about your journey, about the things that you're struggling with? I am terrified, but I'm going to actually do it. And like, those are the things, like, it's like watching a TV show. You're watching a TV show or a movie or whatever Netflix series, and you get, you know, you start to relate with these people or whatever's happening, and then you're like, cry. It's because you're picking up something that's going on in their life and you're relating it to you in your life. So we're like the stories that other people are watching that they can relate to. And so, you know, you might think that your life is boring, you don't have anything going on, but if you really look at the reason that you're here, there is a reason. Why are you here? Why are you still showing up? Why are you still sharing? Why are you still, you know, passionate about this company? Like, for us, it's been years. There is a, you know, there's something that keeps us. But I would say that is your ticket to success. Yeah. And that's a story that she can share. Right? We should have a video of that. So like, Sarah, we had done a little bit of social media training, and Sarah talked a little bit about it. But one of the things that they said is that you need to be putting out something of value, and that value piece, like, that you're giving. Okay, guys, our business is free to join, but guess what? It's only $50. Like, who gets excited about saving $50 in a whole year?
No one needs to know. It's how you present it.
Like, yeah, it's cool, but at the same time, like, I pay $50 for my business, and it's not that much money in the grand scheme of things. But if you're presenting, I can show you how to make $1,000 in 30 days. Who might look at $1,000 and think that's something, you know, that's something worth catching, you know, a little bit catching, that's eye catching, ear catching. But what can that $1,000 do for you? So you sharing what you spend that money on and how it has helped you personally on social media and the things that you're doing with that stuff, is the experiences or the things or, the value that people are going to see, rather than just like, hey, it's $50 savings, join me. Like, I don't know who might agree with that. I don't know if you agree with that or not. It is, once you catch them and you're like, yeah, and they're like, you're having a conversation, you're like, guess what? It's free. You can't lose anything. That's the ticket. But sharing, I can help you, but make $1,000 in 30 days. How to make that possible for you? What would you spend that on? And share what you spend it on. Share the things that you're saving for, and share the things that are going on in your life. And be willing to share and be vulnerable about you and why you are taking this product. So that's why I asked everybody if they could please send me a testimonial, so I can put those together. Doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be epic. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, because I shared that girl in our Soulful Collective group, and it's like 4 sentences. It's not that much. And I can't even remember what it says. Hold on, I'll pull it up. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but this says, I followed our system and simply scientifically proven 15 minutes workouts to lose 17 kilograms, and I gained after a serious injury. Okay, this girl was like, she just followed the system and the program. You don't have to like talk about the workouts or whatever, or maybe you are doing workouts or moving your body every day. And, she's 39 years old and she feels stronger and healthier than she did in her 30s. It's a couple sentences. It's nothing crazy. And it's like impactful. So this girl had an injury. She's lost some weight and she feels stronger than she did 10 years ago. So, and it doesn't have to be like picture of your body or whatever. It can just be a picture of you and sharing, like, I decided I wasn't getting enough. I seen these, it's just fruits and vegetables. I decided I'd start taking it. This is what I noticed. And, I've been following the system and the business has given me this. You can put it all in one. It doesn't have to be anything big or lengthy, right? But then that's just for our story. So we can all share everybody's testimonials. So that's kind of just for all of us collectively. But then when you go into sharing in your social media, pick one of your problems and talk about it. And the next day, pick another problem and talk about it. Talk about how you've resolved it, or whatever you're doing, or, the book you're reading, the podcast, the whatever it is, the program, all of it. But yeah, you share your problem, you share what you did, and you shared the solution. That's it.
Make sure you have a call to action whenever you're doing something. And when you're like, if it's a story or a post, your first few, because we know algorithms, I hate that word, but it's so true, to captivate somebody to read it, your first few word sentences has to have something for someone to click, right? Or someone to pay attention. So this is where you need to really, hey, Betty, this is where you need to kind of think a little bit on who and this is where people can maybe get a little scared, right? Oh gosh, I don't know my target market. I don't know my niche. You don't want to overthink your target market or your niche. Like Becky, right? A woman looking for more, like, to dream again, right? Like something, we get so bogged down, like we need to know her name or the color of her hair, what kind of underwear she wears. It's like, no, like we don't need all that. Like that was a little creepy. I don't know even why I said that, but we just need to have an idea. So like, I'm starting to say, like, ladies, like, so at least, men, I don't care if they can look at my post, but that's not who I'm talking about. Right. Like, and just like have something that they be like, oh my gosh, that's me. Right. And don't overthink your like the money that your Juice Plus paycheck pays for. Like everything, just maybe peel back the little onion layers a little bit. And I don't know, Mandy, I'm going to kind of call you out just because your story kind of came to mind. Is I remember you saying it helped with renovations or something. Was that, am I correct in saying that at one point a couple months ago?
I would like it to help, but
okay, so
not yet.
Okay, awesome. But what would those renovations mean to you? Like, is it a space for your family to spend time in? Like, what renovation would it be?
Yes. So, well, it was the whole house. So,
Okay.
but we're working on a brand new living room right now, and now we need to do the upstairs. So our bedrooms.
Yeah, and so like that's a
Nice
pretty general dream, right? But like people's renovations are a big dream, right? And like you could get a little bit more vulnerable and saying how much your family time means to you and how much this space, creating this space, how much this, paycheck is going towards creating this space for you and your family. That's what people relate to, right? So it's just like taking that dream and just making it a little bit more relatable to someone, because that's super big for people, right? I know it is for me. That's on my vision board, is like having this house that creates this beautiful place for my family, right? And so like when you're sharing, that's kind of where you want to get a little bit more touchy-feely, right? Brandy, I loved your analogy about the movie because it's so true, right? People, that's crazy thing about, our business and social media. People want to be connected, right? We are literally movies. Crazy as
I'm
it
addicted
seems.
to a TV series right now. I'm almost there.
Yeah. So yeah, right.
I think between the problem solving, or like, you don't want to post a problem every day, but that's where you can add value in, right? You give something away, and then you share your problem.
Yeah. Yes, it is so important. That's a really key point, Crystal. Thanks for bringing that up. It is so important to be giving value, whatever it is, right? And staying in the light. I know none of us really have that problem, but always, giving that free value. If it's like a health tip, why lemon water is great, or how to 3 tips to help them to stay in alignment, whatever it is, it's the value.
I was thinking all the guides too, all the guides that are there.
Grab a
like
page and
revolution,
share.
right?
Yeah, just grab a page from there and share that and say you want to learn more or have more access to recipes or whatever. Yeah, use the resources. That's what they're there for.
Well, and share we'll share our free Facebook amazing community that say I'm part of this amazing community, the Collective Health Hub. Let me know if you'd like an invite. That's the easiest way to get exposure for people as well.
Or
that's definitely part of the funnel too, right? Right. These are the things that are going to help you have that conversation. Like, I loved the self-love challenge. It helped me have so many conversations with complete strangers on social media. So like what I'm kind of saying right now is like, just on people. So I shared last week on searching hashtags. I'm really liking searching Canadian moms and Ottawa moms, just because I don't know, feel like more relatable to them. Anyways, oh, you're in Canada too, amazing, and we just like kind of, and I look for people that align with like, stuff that I like. So like health, and I'm like, oh, I see that you're into health. How long have you been in it? It's so cute that you involve your kids. I think that's so important. I'm just reaching out because we did an incredible 30-day self-love challenge back in January. And right now we're doing another free meditation challenge in our private group. And I know you're super into like health and fitness. I think you would just really love the free resources that we have in there. I don't know. Would you want me to add you? And like all the time, yes. Yes. And now I get them on Facebook, and it allows me to start having a conversation with them, right? Like making sure that they're added. Did you get it? Tagging them in it. Yeah, the free resources, showing who you are every day.
So let's wrap this up, but everyone type in the chat what your block is first. Okay, so Sarah says myself. Crystal's time management. Me. Basically, it's me. Life happenings, conversations, my life and time. Yeah. Okay. And I don't know if anybody else is typing, but where that block is where you need to do the work. Allison is conversations, Mandy conversations, Angela being judged in time, and Elisa judged. Okay, so guys, this is where your homework, we're going to call it homework for the week, is to work on these blocks. If your block is you need to do some personal development around that. How, like, listen to podcasts, listen to audio books, those things that are going to help you build belief in yourself. If you're having trouble with conversations, it is self. And reach out to your uplines to help you have the conversations that are going to be really hard. They're going to come up with easy words that are going to be out of your, you get in your head and you're like, I can't. So we're going to help you with things to say that are easier. So make sure you reach out to us to ask how you can move conversations. If it is judgment, that is really just around yourself. So look for the people who are successful, follow them, and listen to some audiobooks. And maybe I'll try to find something from Shani and post it from her podcasts, or maybe another one as well. And that'll help that. And so before you go, one more thing, type in the chat, what is your next paycheck going to pay for? Yeah, what is your next paycheck going to pay for?
I want to go shopping. I just want to buy something for me.
Yeah, type it in there. What are you buying? So then, not just shopping, what are you buying? How much money are you spending? Maybe it's an unlimited amount. What exactly the clothes that you're getting, what they look like. Allison's getting wedding things, movers, vacation. So yeah, so like, where is your vacation? You probably know where you're going. Like, write it all down. Make sure you guys write these things down, because nothing is, her car, nothing is going to show up if you don't know exactly what you're going for. Okay, so you're not going to be able to pay for the things unless you know it, you feel it, you smell it, you believe it, and you live it. Smell it. Everything. I'm smelling the money getting me to whatever I'm doing. Yes. Awesome. Trip to Bora Bora. Okay. Thanks everyone for coming on. I hope you're all going to have a good night. Don't forget to go over to Team B for their call tonight, and enjoy the rest of the week.
Awesome call, guys.
Bye.